What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I had to take a break from doing the templates and tutorials because I'm actually doing this for a customer right now, and what the requirements are to submit art for the printing, for the 36 by 44 printing. I'm going to go over that process. Hey y'all, I see you. Dawn, finding her way. Ken, Tiffany, what's good? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this as a video that we'll have for quick tips reference in the future. But this template is free. It's located on the Innate Lab website. I'm going to show you exactly how to get to it. Alright, so if you just type in the word free on the website, there are a good little chunk of free files that you can download, but you want to download the one that's appropriate for the size that you're going to work on. I have one that I'm doing a set for the 3X, up to the 3X size adult, and then the other one is for 4X, 5X. It does require a different size file, and also it costs more to print those size prints. And then, of course, you can always design your youth sizes and then put, it will also only fit one youth size to that 36 by 44, or you may be able to get a couple of toddler size prints on there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Now, how you would download that is you would sign in, you add it to your cart, download it, and I'm going to take you to, magically, we've opened it up on Photoshop. All right, now this is also important if you have artwork that, let's say you have someone else do your artwork. So in this case, it's probably the situation here where you have someone else do the artwork. And then I'm just going to drop it in here. I'm going to bring it in. And I'm going to show you, this is not a PSD. Okay, so I don't have the layers to this, but this is what I have to do. If when you send me the files, if you don't send it on this template, and basically when you send it to me, you take this guide off. Go ahead and bring those two pieces of artwork in. So you take the guide off. This says turn off for printing, and then you make sure that everything is turned off except for what you want to print, and then you send it to me as a flat JPEG. Now in this situation, I'm going to show you why this one is not print ready. First of all, because it's not in the template. But also, because if you notice with these guides on, if we are printing a small shirt, even if I make this as big as I can make it to span the whole part of the shirt, these words are going to get cut off on a small medium shirt and cut it really close on a large, extra large, and then the graphic doesn't make it into the area of the 2X to the 3X. So I'm going to show you some of my quick ways that I remedy that I want to teach you all, because I don't want to have to charge you to do your files. The whole point of me teaching you how to do Photoshop is so that you can submit art ready files, right? So in this case, what I'm going to have to do, and this is going to be a little difficult to do because there's a texture on this background here, and I doubt I'm going to be able to match this texture exactly. And it would be very time consuming to do so. So typically when I get a project like this in that has some type of background on it, I just usually sweep a little bit of that color underneath it. So I'm going to create a new layer. But this is why you should design from scratch with these templates. And even if you have someone else design them, we can design them too. But if you have someone else design them using their templates, make sure you send them this template and say, hey, can you send it to me with these proportions? That way you won't have to pay for an artist to touch the artwork twice. So I'm going to basically color in down here. I'm going to pick up the color, one of these peach colors here, and I'm just going to start sweeping it across the bottom here. And as you can see, it is not anywhere near perfect, but it's giving me something down there to bleed into. And I'm going to pick another color and kind of bleed that on top of it, and it gives me something there. Now for this area up here, some of this artwork is potentially going to be cut off. So I'm going to do my best to not stretch it and just make it a little bit bigger, because I can't hide those balloons at the top without creating the tops of the balloons. So now let's turn our guides back on, and it looks like we're still This small and medium is really going past. I have this guideline on here, and I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little faint dotted line, and it's your text and photo save area. And we are really outside of that area. And the only thing that I can probably do to combat that is to make this a little bit smaller so that we're within that safe area. And I'm just going to bring this out just a little bit to make sure that we make it to the end. Pull that down a little bit. We at least make it to the 2x, 3x. There we go. And then I'm going to take this color once again, this layer with the color that we just created, and I'm going to just bring it down. So that's pretty much the best I can do. And then what I can do is I can kind of expose these dominoes a little bit better so that it doesn't appear so, so obvious. So I'm going to take these two color layers that I just did, merge them together. And then I'm going to turn the opacity down for a moment and see if I can grab, matter of fact, I'll just turn the visibility off for a moment. See if I can grab these dominoes here, because what I'm basically going to do is cut around these dominoes to allow the fade off to not cover up the dominoes. And I'm just holding down shift, seeing if I can get a good selection here, and I can't, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to use my pen tool and do my best to kind of include that shadow too. But the shadow does get cut off towards the bottom, and I don't want it to look very obvious that I did recolor in this area. So I'm just creating a little shape here. I'm going to turn it into a selection. It's asking me if I want to feather the radius. I say 2 pixels is good. I'm going to bring back my color layer now and turn the opacity all the way up. And then on my painted layer here, I'm going to go ahead and select the inverse, because basically I want to paint away at this area here. So I'm going to create a new layer mask, and because I have a selection already on, I need to make sure I do a special layer mask. So I'm going to do layer mask, and I'm going to do a reveal all one. So I want it to be completely white. And then I'm going to grab my paintbrush and paint black right over those dominoes. Control D to deselect. And it looks like I need to bring a little bit more of this back here. So I'm going to get white. Reduce the size of my brush a little bit because white's going to reveal. And I'm going to bring that down just a little bit in size. And I can kind of see where things are kind of peeking through. And I'm trying to blend it in so it looks like this peach at the bottom is a part of the original design. Okay, so I do see a little bit of pink. I have a really bright pink in the background here. I see a little bit of that poking through. So I'm going to go to the actual pixel layer, and I'm just going to paint over this area. All right, so you see what the reason why, if something is not print ready, I have to charge a minimum of $15 because when I open it, it's not ready to print, and I have to do something to it to get it ready to print. So the best thing that you can do for me is to pretty much already have everything loaded up on this sort of, not this sort of, but this exact template. Now, if you want to use your own template, it's fine. Just make sure it's to scale. It has to be whatever you're putting on this artboard. It has to be a 36 by 44 inch sheet. Okay, and then that way I'm able to print directly from what you send me, and it makes my job a lot easier. Thus, I don't charge an art fee to handle those prints. All right, so I think this one is as good as it's going to get. It's really, once I show you the guides, it's not going to so much affect anything except for the 2X's and 3X's. You'll see a little more of that pink down there, but most of this is going to bleed off anyhow. But I did want to show you that process of basically not having things print ready. So I'm going to go ahead and merge these as far as I'm concerned. This is what it is. I have to rasterize it in order to merge it. Let's apply that layer mask. Rasterize this layer. Merge that down. Alright, so there's one down and one more to go. And what I should have done, if I was smart, let me see if I'm smart enough to redo it. Let me go back for a second. I'm going to take this image. I should have resized them at the same time because I'm pretty sure it's the same layout. So let's see if I change the opacity. If maybe I can get this the exact same size and I won't have to play with that mask for the dominoes again. And I forget I did kind of shift it a little bit, so I'm probably never going to get it the exact size. But I want to make sure I'm at least all the way to the top. I'm hitting the edge there so I don't cut anything off and have any excess just hanging off there. Alright, so this is a little bit different and I'm going to have to change it anyway. I feel a lot better when I know that that text is not going to get cut off just because it's on a smaller medium shirt. Especially a medium. I think that would definitely get cut off on a medium if it hangs past this line. Alright, so that's as good as I'm going to get it. I'm going to go ahead and turn this layer off. Let's duplicate this layer. Let's see if it works for us. Go ahead and bring our opacity all the way back up to 100%. And of course, it doesn't quite fit down there, but I'll just paint it in there. But what I can do, it doesn't really matter. Let's just do it over again. If I had done it properly and resized them at the same rate, then I would have been able just to do a color overlay. And tell it that my color is going to be one of these reds, and then that would be it. But since I didn't bring them in at the same time, at the same size, then now I'm going to have to just solve this problem. Alright, so it's not impossible. I'm going to go in with my same paintbrush that I had before, same color I had before, and just kind of color that in a little bit. Apparently this colorway has the same type of background where it had that that kind of metallic look to it, but it's not as noticeable of a difference. So I'm just going in with my brush here, and I am using my mouse. And this time, instead of getting fancy, let me get my pen tool here, my actual stylus, and I'm just going to color it in. And on this one, it wouldn't have matched up anyway because the dominoes were cut off on this one. The other one had a little bit of shadow at the bottom of the dominoes, and this one's cut off. So it is what it is. I'll try to clean that up as much as I possibly can. But it's a cool design. It looks good. Clean design. It's just that it's not going to be optimized for all sizes. Now, one thing you can do is if you knew every last size, then you could resize this for a small, medium, large, extra large, 2X. Then you would have to know how many prints you need of each one. If you design it like this, it doesn't matter how many you need of what sizes. You can just say, hey, I need 25 adult sizes. And this is how you submit it, of course, with the guides turned off. And this one's ready to print. I think I'm going to do this color overlay a little bit stronger red. There we go. That way it kind of grounds it at the bottom there. Alright, so that is getting that print ready. Let me see, I think I might have one more to get print ready. Let's see. Let me see if y'all have any questions in the meantime. Hey, y'all. Took a little break, and then when I came back, I realized I have to get this thing started. So I figured I would show y'all what I'm doing while I'm getting this started, because it's a order where I have to do quite a few prints. So I have to start it this weekend to make sure that everything is going to print in time to ship it off Monday. Okay, so we have the red. I have another one. This one's going to be 34 by, or 36 by 44. Alright, let's try that one. Pull this one in. I don't know what they look like. I'm just pulling them in from the order. And this one hopefully hangs off the side here, because I see a little dark rectangle here. So let's see. We can pull that in, and it's going to be pretty much the same, probably the same issue here, but we're going to make it enough. Okay, let's pull that up. Let's go ahead and rasterize this one. Let's rasterize this one. Merge that down. And I'm just rasterizing and merging them so that, I mean, they're not truly editable files, so I don't mind them being merged. Let's see. I have to turn it on in order to merge those. Merge down. So we have 2 out of 3 so far, and then I have to resize them also for the 4x to 5x. So that will be another part of this tutorial here. So my goal is, let's go ahead and turn on the guides again. My goal is to not have anything really important going below this line here. And the bottom of the G is probably okay to get cut off, but we definitely don't want to risk it if we don't have to. So I'm probably gonna pull this out just a little bit, just towards the edge of that sleeve. And that part out there is all excess anyway. Alright, and then I'm going to have to do the same thing down here to the bottom, which is basically faded up, but I can probably use my cloud brushes as accents. And you do notice that there's a little bit of like a mask issue here. So where the mask was previously, you see that rectangle? So I'm going to help her out and kind of clean that up a little bit too. So like we did last time, we're going to add a new layer so we're not directly painting on top of the artwork here. I'm going to grab, instead of a regular soft brush, I'm going to grab one of my cloud brushes. And those are usually the darker clouds. I like one of my good puffy clouds. Alright, so I'm just going to, let me turn on this pink layer in the background so I can see what I'm doing. And first, I'm going to just do a straight up gradient from the bottom up, just so I fill that with color. So I'm going to grab my gradient tool first, and I'm going to go from foreground color to transparent. And then I'm going to pick a foreground color. So I'm going to pick one of these lighter color purples here. So there I go. I just held down Alt and I clicked. I'm going to start from the inside of me and pull up. Okay, so that kind of pulled in that lighter color. As a matter of fact, let me see if I want to do this medium purple here instead. Alright, so that looks a little bit better to me. And then what I'm going to do is kind of like build clouds and then take away from them where the text is. So you see why it becomes important to have your text ready or your image ready, because this can kind of hold up your process too. So usually if something's art ready, I can just hit print and go. If I have to do artwork to it, then of course I have to stop and make sure that things are correct. And I may not be able to do that in a really fast manner. So what I'm doing right now, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to do this on a totally different layer so I can change the transparency of my clouds. So I just stamped it on a different layer. I'm going to do Control T. And then I'm just going to shift them around kind of just try to make it look like this is a continuation of the previous design. All right, and then I'm going to Alt, make sure I have my move tool. Alt, click and drag. It's going to make a copy. And I'll just kind of play with this a little bit. And maybe put another one here. That way it gives us a little something there. And I can change the transparency here. So I can make these, instead of 100% opacity, I can kind of bring down the transparency so it looks a little more believable that they're blended in there. And like I said, this is kind of more or less my quick fixes. So now it looks like this purple layer is kind of intruding into the text here. So I'm going to go in, Control plus, I'm zooming in here. And I will grab my paintbrush. And now I'm just going to grab my regular soft round brush. And I'm going to decrease the size of it. I'm holding Control and Alt, and then I'm holding down my right mouse button, which is your special mouse button. And if you go left to right, it will shrink or enlarge the brush. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my pen tool. I have a screen that I can draw on, and obviously I'm drawing on the wrong thing. I need to create a layer mask. And then I'm going to be drawing on that layer mask. White reveals, and I need black to conceal. So I'm going to grab the black here. And I'm just going to clean up where this text is. So it doesn't look like I just added that afterthought. It looks like it's part of the original design. And when I erased just now, I kind of let some of those transparent pixels come through. That means that I kind of erased a little too much. So I'm just removing some of my gradient from off of the text here. And of course you have the birds too, but the birds were very close to the edge. So if I decide to clean the birds up, I have to be careful to not expose the part of the image that does not continue here. Alright, so you can also do this with without 100% opacity, so I can change my flow and my opacity, bring it down so that when I am removing, I'm not removing at 100% opacity. That way it takes a little time to build up what you're erasing. Okay, so I see a little bit of purple there in the inside where it's supposed to be white. Just cleaning that up a little bit. And let's zoom out and see what we got. Now up here at the top, I am going to paint on the purple gradient layer. And I'm just going to switch back to my normal purple, and I'm just going to color that in. And make sure my opacity is back to 100%. Because really, like I said, this very, very edge here is a bleed area for certain, but just in case something made it out there, I don't want it to show that harsh line. So that looks good. The only thing I can possibly do to soften up these lines, and really I don't think I'm going to do it. Let's see if it kind of, because softening it up kind of means getting a little too close to your images here. Let me see if I can fix it. And then I'll see if I can put maybe a little cloud or something there. So let me borrow one of these clouds. And then if I put a little cloud there, it'll kind of take your mind off the fact that I just colored purple over there. Like I said, this is the sleeve area, so it's not so prominent. But that box that was there before would definitely stand out. And this is all a part of the art cleanup. Okay. Now, technically, the more time I spend on it, the more I charge for art cleanup. So The most that I typically do, if it's a $15 fee, is I just color in. I just take my brush and I color in the sleeves and the bottom, because most of the time that's what y'all are going to be missing, like the sleeves and the bottom. But if I need to do anything else, like I had to make clouds and that sort of thing, then I do charge extra for that. And I would usually consult with you first to let you know, hey, I'm going to have to do X, Y, and Z. It's going to be a X amount of charge. Would you like to, you know, correct the file yourself if you have the Photoshop file, or you know, you can send me the Photoshop file. I probably could have cleaned that up better, but some people won't have the Photoshop file, so I'm trying to show you what I would do if I ended up with a flat image that I had to correct. And I think that works out well. Let me know if y'all see anything that I might need to do. What's the estimated turnaround time for prints? When we're not in a rush, I tell people to give me about 3 business days, because it depends on what's going on. If you need it in less than 3 business days, then you have to contact me, and then I can let you know whether there is a rush fee for that. And depending on how many orders are above yours, it's usually anywhere from a 20 to a 30% upcharge to push yours within a 1 day or 2 day, depending on whether you can get it out. The second day is fine, or if you need it within 24 hours to be shipped out. There have been instances where we got them out within the same day. It's just very, very stressful, and I don't like to guarantee it, but it is possible. You know, I look out for y'all, y'all look out for me. So I do everything that I possibly can. But the typical turnaround time is 3. It goes out in 3 business days. If you need it before then, then contact Erica, and she'll look at my schedule and see, you know, what we have available for that. All right, so I think this is good to go, ready to print. So I'm going to go ahead and merge these. Great question. So when you go to N8 Lab, there are 2 different prices, and I think I need to explain this now because I just put up the print size for the larger, for the 4X and 5X, and y'all are going to see me take this same file that we just merged, and for a 4X and 5X is going to have a different type of orientation. So let's see, I'm going to go to Design and Print Services. You'll see this is where you can print the 4Xs and 5Xs. The 4X and 5Xs are $21 per sheet, because it is literally like a 4 foot by 5 foot sheet, and that's how we have to roll it up and ship it to you. The standard size shirts, which is pretty much, it goes up to a 3X, which is what most people print, but if you need 4Xs and 5Xs, then this is just what you have to go with. So I say charge accordingly. If you order at least 10 prints of the same exact design, then the price will go down. So for the 4X and 5X shirts, the price goes from $21 to $17. And I'll show you for the standard size prints, it goes from $14 to $11 as long as you order, I believe it's 10. Yeah, so, but it has to be 10 of the same design. So you'll just upload your file. And once your file is uploaded, you'll put whatever the quantity is, and it will adjust the amount there. So you do save 20% or 21%, excuse me, when you do 10 or more of the same prints. And it'll all ship at $9.99 flat rate fee. Even if we have to pay more shipping, we don't ever charge you more than $9.99 for shipping. Okay, now if you need us, we do help with art. It says please refer to our design services and templates, and we can actually help you get the art done. But this is pretty much your print ready and ready to have these shipped to you and press. You can press with a 16 by 20 or 16 by 24 press. Or, I mean, I'm sure if you have a large format press, you probably have a large format printer. But, and that's not necessarily true, but we can definitely ship the prints to you however you need them, okay? We've even been in a situation where we had to send prints to someone else who their printer was just down at the moment, and they were waiting for it to be serviced. So we help, you know, one another out, and we can all stay in this game. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's how you would submit it there. So technically it's $14 for a single print up to 9 prints of the same image, and $11 after that. Now I charge at least $40 for an all over front shirt. For you all, we do them for $28, so that you do have some, some kind of profit margin there. But if I'm doing a single shirt, I charge $45, and then I still charge an art fee. So I want to make sure that you all are charging appropriately for the all over shirts. And then we also have, I haven't posted it yet, we have the jumbo size prints, where the jumbo size prints are pretty much like 18 by 26, and they take up almost the full front of any adult shirt. So they look really substantial, but you only have to do 2 presses. For the all over shirts, you're going to end up doing anywhere from 4 to 6 presses. So for the kids, now I do have the kids template as well, and I think you saw that on the free files. Now the kids, I still charge the same thing for the kids, because typically when you do this, when you do up to a large kid shirt, and that's how I kind of have this template set up. So you can do it for a youth small all the way up to a youth large and pretty much design it the same. That still only fits 1. And I've tried other ways to maneuver it where I can fit to a 36 by 20, to a 36 by 44 inch sheet, and I can still only get 1 kid shirt on there. So my suggestion for that, if you want to do multiple kid shirts, then do the jumbo prints, because the jumbo prints look really, really good on those kid shirts. They look like all overs, they just don't cover the sleeves. And the way that I do them is I kind of fade them off. So let me show you what an example of that would look like. Do I have a, yeah. So a jumbo print, and this is actually a small version of a jumbo print. So a jumbo print will pretty much take up, no, this is about accurate. It would take up about this size of the shirt, at about an 18 by 26. And on a youth shirt that looks like an all over, it just does not cover the sleeves, but it still looks very, very substantial, very large on a on any size adult shirt. I even put some on some 4Xs, and they still looked really good, really big on a 4X. They didn't look tiny on a 4X. Yes, and you know what, Janie, that's actually something that we need to talk about, pricing. Not that you have to charge a certain price for anything, but we need to kind of get together a universal price list, so that when you do start offering a service, you don't feel timid about, saying, hey, this is a $45 shirt, or I can do a 13 by 19 version of it for $25. Because for my customers, I start my 13 by 19 print shirts at $25. And usually I'll go down only if they're getting more shirts, because I'm having the hassle of dealing with an individualized shirt, individualized customer. When I'm doing larger orders, I can take the price down a little bit, because I'm going to do the same work over and over again. So absolutely, we're working on that, and that's the reason why I'm trying to get my pricing together for you all, so then I can build the price table from there, so I can let you know, hey, this is what your wholesale price is going to be, and for your prints and everything, and just make sure that you're making something on it. What's up, Malcolm? All right, so Latrice, I'm glad you love this design. This is the one I was getting ready to do the tutorial on next. I know we're running out of some time tonight. I don't know why I just thought I was going to willy-nilly just be able to get through all of my templates today. So what I'm going to do, for those of you who are here tonight and can hear this announcement, I'm going to extend the template sale till tomorrow. So that I told some folks earlier that I would put the new templates up, and I would get them uploaded by tonight. But tonight is almost over, and I don't expect y'all to stay up until midnight just to purchase templates. So even if I do get them posted by midnight, that's a little unfair for you all. So yes, I'm going to extend the sale till tomorrow, 11 p.m. And then that way I don't feel so highly pressured to get all of these template videos up tonight, because I will be sounding like somebody's grandpa if I keep talking. Yeah, Janie, we did a few lives today. We did the Nipsey, we did the Aaliyah one. We also did the Whitney Houston inspired one. So the two of them are posted already. I have to post the Whitney one, and there's one more that did we do one more? Or is it this one? I have like 5 more to post, including like a Spider-Man one. So a Spider-Man inspired one. So I have a lot to do myself. And then we have class tomorrow. So class tomorrow is at 7. Live class is $60. And we're going to design and edit a program template. So it could be a funeral program, it could be a wedding program. I know a lot of you are into doing events as well, so this will kind of teach you how to edit those type of templates, and then I will feel more comfortable putting those type of templates out there because they are a little more complicated than your t-shirt templates. Tori says she's begging Paul to pay Peter for the templates. I feel you, love, and that's why I like once a month. I really do. I try to look out for you all. I want this to be something that kind of garners success and kind of gives you these confidence boosts to just take it to that level. And I would encourage you, if you bought a template, here's what I'm telling you, you can do. And some people, people will report to me too, because they'll be like, isn't that Shannon's file? And then that way, if they do report to me, I can confirm that you purchased it. But I don't mind if you take my mock-up and say, offer to your customers, not on these, not in the craft groups, because the craft groups, they will get you because they know they're my designs, okay? And half of y'all are here right now, the ones that come to me and tell me that other people are taking my stuff. So, somebody says I'm reading around the messages. I didn't see a message there. Okay, so what I was saying is take the templates that you've purchased, even if you haven't had time to modify them yet, and just ask your customers, hey, I'm going to do a sale on this design, $25, no art fee for the first 5 customers. And whether you get 1 customer or 20 customers, that's money in the bank. It pays for the template. Okay, so that's how I kind of want you to take this. So I know everybody wants to be perfect. Hey, I want to be able to edit the template before I put it out there. I guarantee you, if somebody pays you to do it, it will be the fire under your butt to get that template really designed. Okay, so that's my advice for that. Let's see, somebody asked, what's the best sublimation printer I should get? I did a video on that, American Boss Gaming. I would search for it. I did a video comparing the Epson 16650, the Epson 15000, and the Epson 7710/20. They're the same thing. So I want you to watch that video. My suggestion is, if you can afford it, to get the 16650. It's very fast in printing. As a matter of fact, I printed out 20 13x19 remembrance shirt designs. So it was something very similar to this. It had like a little fade off to it, but it was pretty much printed to the edge, but it had a fade off to those edges. And it printed 20 of those in 9 minutes. So less than 30 seconds per print for 13x19 prints. So that's a big deal. Now I print the same prints with my 7710s and 20s, and if you have to start off, I'm telling you, don't go beyond your means. A 7710 or 20, it worked for me for several years. Matter of fact, I had several 7710s and 20s. I still do. So I'm not knocking them at all. I'm just saying it depends on how you want to go into the game, what level you're wanting to kind of buy in to the game. If you're looking for just getting started in sublimation, sometimes getting started with the least expensive machines can turn you off the fastest, because you're going to deal with things like you're going to have to deal with ink changes in the middle of your prints all the time with the 7710, and that extends your time. The other thing is, I'm seeing a little bit more of print head clogging with the 7710s and 20s versus the EcoTank, but I don't know yet. I'm still evaluating that. So you all check in with me and let me know, like, in a couple more months, how do I still feel about the EcoTank printer, and I'll give y'all an update on that. Okay, so Tori asked a question about the Innate Academy. Okay, well, Tori, what's the question? Maybe I can go ahead and answer it now. because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't log into the group as much as I probably should, because I'm always in work mode. So I go there kind of like to take a little breather right before I either go to sleep or right when I wake up, just to kind of see what y'all are doing. And I'm not there so much, but Erica Kane is there way more than me and trying to fill in for me. So y'all have to give her a little slack too, because she's trying to basically take me. She's one step away from a clone of me right now. Oh, you're welcome, Jenny. Or Janie. I think it's Janie. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Jessica got the membership. The next step, the membership is all, the next step is what you want to do. If you just got the membership, you should have unlocked 101 through 104, and you can start with any of those classes. You don't have to do them in order, but you have the video, you have the template that goes with them, or if it's not a template, it'll come with like brushes and everything that you need to start, and it's all self-paced. So you're going to take your time, go through the videos, you know, get you a snack in the middle of the session or whatever you have to do, just like you would for a college course. Troubleshooting with the banding issue. You know what I figured out, Jamie, the banding issues are coming out a lot of times, I think, because of the lower quality setting. So when you choose the higher quality setting, the banding issues tend to go away, but then you end up laying a lot of ink down. From what I've been seeing, most of the banding issues, if they're minor, they don't actually show on the fabric. And that's one thing that I've had to kind of be okay with. If you're seeing like really missing ink, and you're not just looking for it, but you see missing ink in those bands, then more than likely you need to up your quality of your print to a higher quality, but it's also going to lay down more ink. So you may even want to use some print head cleaning solution. And I have some online on the Innate Lab website, but you might want to clean your print heads and kind of get it to where you're not seeing so much banding. Victoria, okay, so Tori says, joining tonight or in the morning. Now, I will tell you this, Tori, when you switch, like let's say you go to the $60 class and you switch back to you switch down to the $30 class, what's going to happen is when you go down, it's going to start you at the 101 to 104 level again. So I'm just going to give you that, you know, that disclaimer, like once you stop one subscription and start another one, it's going to start you at the beginning point. So just have those expectations. Now, if you're going from a 30 to a 60, I do a one-time, you know, for one time, like somebody's been in 30 for 3 months and they finally want to, or for a month and they want to go up to 60. What I'll do is one time I will manually put you up, because basically it's like, you know, let's say you dropped out of this school and then you start back at a certain grade. You have to start back at basically at the kindergarten level. And if you're going from $30 to $60, then I will go back in and manually put you in at whatever level you left off on. But the other way around, like first of all, I only do that one time, so it's from 30 to 60 one time. I won't do it again. And then from a 60 to 30, I won't do it at all. It's just that it's going to cause me more trouble to go in there and manually do something that's automated. I understand completely. That's fine. So what'll happen is once you use your $60 credit, if you go down to the $30 plan, that's perfectly fine. Just understand that when you go down to the $30 plan, it's basically just going to start you off at the 101 to 104. Okay. So, and you can let me know otherwise if it doesn't, but it should at least start you off at that 101 to 104. And then 7 days from you starting that plan, it'll unlock 105. 14 days from that plan, it'll unlock 106, etc. And plus, if you're doing it right now, this is your first time doing it, it shouldn't be that big of a difference between the two. Okay, so Victoria's asking about the Academy. What software do you have to have? You have to have Photoshop. I'll go ahead and bring up the Academy now. And we do a class every single week. And what happens is if you are a part of the membership, so there's a $30 membership where you get to view off the bat, you get the 4 pre-recorded courses, 101, 102, 103, and 104. And I'm just going to show you what those look like. So you may have seen them already in the group. People have been posting their homework and their projects. No, Tori, if you want to do the $60 plan, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll see when you get the $60 plan, it'll give you a coupon code that you can use for that class. And then if you want to at that point in time, I'm not going to discourage you. If you want to at that point in time for your budget's sake to take it down to the $30 one, I promise you I'm not mad at you for that at all. I understand what's going on these days. I'm a coupon clipper myself. So if that helps you, and then that way you get more steady into the content, for one time I will up you to a 60. So if you after that you want to go, you go down to 30 for a couple of months, whatever, you want to go back up to a 60, then I will help you get to a 60. I'll make sure that you level up your courses, okay, for that one time. It's just something I won't do back and forth, and I definitely won't do backwards. So I'm just giving you that heads up. But Victoria, to let you know about the Innate Academy membership, it's $30 a month, and you get access to 4 of the pre-recorded courses. But each course comes with a template, and if you notice, these templates are also on the website. This template right here is $35 on the website because it comes with the little cartoons. So you're getting a value in templates alone of at least $80 every single month, and more than that because it's every single week we're doing one. So it's about 4.3 sessions every month, right? So you get the templates that go with them. It has a video of what we did as a live class. So it's not just me talking to you and I don't have any feedback. It's me actually talking to real students in real time, running into real issues, and we're problem solving on demand. So if you want a chance to do the live classes, each live class is $60. But if you do the $60 membership, you get a ticket for one live class every single month or every 30 days for free. So basically the difference between the $30 and $60 plan, the only difference is the $60 plan allows you to use one credit, one coupon, to take a live course for that 30 days. So if you're a person that's at least planning on doing a live class once every 60 days, I had some people that were doing every last live class pretty much. So this is what I designed for them to, hey, if you're going to do every live class, let me at least save you a little bit on that live course. And even if you're not going to do every live course, now you have the pre-recorded ones. They were paying $50 for the pre-recorded courses, and you still can pay $50 for the pre-recorded courses. Those are all a la carte, and I'll show you that here. We'll go to the Academy. I'll show you that the pre-recorded classes, once we do them live, I still post them, and they're $50 a piece. Okay, but the thing is, you get 101, 102, 103, which is the airbrush one, and 104. You get those immediately when you sign up. So you have 4 classes, 4 templates immediately when you sign up. And then week number 5, course number 105, I'm sorry, actually within 7 days, course number 105 opens up. In 14 days, course number 106 opens up. So basically you have these cohorts that you come in with. So some like your graduating class. If you come in at the very beginning, you get to kind of stay on task with us. If you come into the Academy 3 months from now, then you'll just be getting to lesson number 105 on your 7 days, and we might be on lesson 125, 130 by then. So it's at your own pace and at your own budget. So I completely understand. That's why I created this, is because I know that $60 a class and $50 a session can be expensive. So I wanted an option that, some people could come in and get a little bit of information at a time. 4 class, and a class a week is actually pretty intense. With a template and with tools that come with it, every single class you'll get template and tools. Yes, Victoria, you get to keep the templates to use over and over. As a matter of fact, every class I expect, I don't, think or hope. I expect at the end of every single class, everyone has a final project. Everyone has something that they can print right there and either make money or print for themselves as personal use. All right, so Jenny asked, why do some of the templates have 3 downloads left? That's how all of the templates are going to be from here on out. People were sharing templates and sharing logins and that sort of thing. So it's not going to be my responsibility to hold on to those templates and downloads forever. So once you download them, make sure that you download them to your particular whether it's an external hard drive or a cloud or something to that effect. Google Drive works perfect for this because that's how they're saved. So if you ever, like, let's say for instance you completely ran out of your downloads and you need help, just contact Erica and we can reinitiate them. It does take some energy and effort, but it's very few people that actually do that, and it's been the cases that we have had that happen are the cases where people are sharing accounts and that sort of thing. Not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just giving you some type of understanding of why we had to limit the downloads. But yes, Victoria, once you download them, use them. I expect you to use them. I expect them to be money makers for you. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people are turning out this airbrush template and saying that it's getting them a lot of business. Now, when you go to one of the courses, so let's say you want to do the live course, it tells you exactly what you need before you do it. So this is the next one we're doing. It's the program, right? So when you scroll down, it'll tell you what the homework checklist is. So you'll know everything that you need to have before you even sign up for the class. So let's see, you need to have dual screens, and dual screens does not mean 2 monitors. Dual screens could be a TV connected to your laptop through an HDMI cord. It can be a TV connected to your desktop through an HDMI or VGA cable or whatever you can work with. It could be a monitor plus your laptop. Any way that you can basically view 2 screens from one device is our preferred method. If you absolutely can't do dual screens, and you have to watch Zoom on a different device, then what you have to do is essentially you have to purchase an additional seat, because Zoom has so many limited seats. So if it's a small class, sometimes you can message Erica ahead of time and I'll let her know, like, hey, if this is somebody's first time doing a class, I will, I'm usually very lenient and I'll say, okay, well, for the next time you need dual screens, but for this time I'll let you use up another seat or another login just to access it maybe on your iPad or a different device. So you can watch me on your iPad or your laptop and then work on your desktop. So however your situation is, but you do need 2 things to view. I've had people, some people are even successfully, I can tell when I have somebody that only has 1 screen, because every time I go to their screen, they're trying to hurry up and make their Photoshop bigger, because I can tell they're watching me on one part of the screen and then trying to do their Photoshop on the other part of the screen. And it's very hard to do that. And usually those are the folks that can't see all their tools and stuff. So that's why they get behind in those classes. Yeah, Tori's the one doing the airbrush. Good job. And I hear that it's kicking up for a lot of folks. So I'm really excited. And the thing was, I actually researched to try to find some airbrush templates and I couldn't find any out there. So I know it's a popular look, especially if you do on-demand stuff. If you ever get a chance to go out to, go out to your local flea market, go out to, some games, some baseball games, football games, that sort of thing. You bring out that airbrush template and you can press them on demand. And you can design them within 10 minutes, because all you're doing is typing a few letters, changing some colors, maybe dropping a photo in there. That template will be a lifesaver for you. Yeah, get that other screen out of the garage. And here's another secret, Victoria. Once you start designing on dual screens, you will never want to go back. once you know that you can pull something literally from the screen, oh, I'm looking on the internet on this screen, and then I'm working on my Photoshop on the other screen, and I can literally pull something from the internet. It's like snatching something out of your dream, pulling it down and putting it onto paper. It's amazing. So dual screens is the way to go for designing. All right. So y'all have any other questions? I know. Yeah, definitely. You are definitely ahead of the curve right now. I'm telling y'all. I expect to see somebody's gonna be on the news sometime soon. I'm telling you, especially making a business work in times like these, where a lot of businesses are purely like failing. Y'all making your marks now, and that's why I got so heavy. I have barely been resting because I want to get this content out. I want to get materials and tools out to you all, because this is the time to build. This is it. This is the time to build. And I have full faith and confidence that you all are doing everything that you can to take advantage of this opportunity to be at home. And some of you aren't even at home, but you're taking advantage of this opportunity. And my hat's off to you, because y'all are still working regular 9 to 5s and still pumping on this level. So I am extremely proud of you all. Everybody in the group is just growing and learning. All right. So these sound okay. When you come back from vacation, well, go ahead. And I wish I could take a vacation right now. My staycation has been extended. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and save these changes for our customer here. Go ahead and just take all of this goodness, and let's go ahead and rasterize that layer. And of course, I told you I had to put this into a 4x and 5x too. So let me do that. Let me merge everything here and then merge that down. All right, so let me show you what it looks like when you pull up this 4x, 5x. So let's go to our templates, our blank template. All right, 5x, there we go. This is that 40 by 54. All right, so this is what the 4x, 5x template looks like. And I'm going to see if I can just pull these on over, because it's the same designs, but we have to put them on 4x and 5x too. So I'm just going to drag and drop, and see the orientation is a little different here too. So let me pull them below my guides here, and then I'm going to do my best to resize them, see what we come up with. Now for a 4x and 5x, I'm not so much concerned with what's going to cut off anymore, because you got plenty of space on a 4x and 5x. And when you see how difficult it is sometimes to lay these things out, especially on your 16 by 20 press, you're going to charge for them 4x's and 5x's before it's over with. I used to feel bad. Not no more. Not no more. And my granny used to tell me when she would take me shopping, she'd be like, well, you know what? You just got to pay more when you're bigger and you need bigger clothes. And now I understand. It is more material. The weight is more. Like, I can't ship it the same way I can put like 5 shirts in a mailer, a flat rate mailer, and ship them out. I can't do that with them 4x's and 5x's. So, we just got to get our customers used to that. And I will tell you this. When I have my 4x and my 5x customers, they are so happy that I even carry 4x and 5x custom shirts. They don't question me about the price. I'm telling you, they understand. They understand the situation, and they want. They get excluded a lot of times. So when you can't offer 4x and 5x, I'm just saying, don't get caught up in thinking that you have to make it cheaper. You don't. And it will bite you in the butt. Every time you make a 4x or 5x cheaper, I guarantee you're going to mess one up. And when you mess up a 4x or 5x shirt, you're gonna want to basically slap yourself. Okay, let me take off this 4x5x off the top here. So all I'm doing is I'm going in now. You see with the 4x5x, I'm still missing some information here. So I'm just painting this color all in. And at least it's right here in my bleed out area. But you do understand it's just more work. It's more work for you, girl. When I know that y'all can do this. And not saying like, you know, I'm not saying I don't want to be paid for stuff, but I would rather, you know, teach y'all how to fish than fish for you all day. And it's because I have really high expectations for what you all are going to be able to accomplish in this network that we're building. So I want to be able to say, you know, I got some folks in Maryland that want to order a shirt. They need them in emergency. Let me contact my girl. I know she got her set up. She's ready to go. It's 13 by 19 order. She keeps shirts on deck. Let me send them over there to you. You can print those shirts out within, you know, a day or two, and that customer can be happy. I want to develop that referral network. So that's what I would like for us to do as a team. Oh yeah, Tori, these are pricey. Matter of fact, you got to factor in that shipping too. They're about $10 a piece for the 5X vapors, but then I was paying $18 for shipping from Condi, and I'm like, wait a minute. So really, I'm paying even more than $10 for these shirts, and then I'm scared to charge for them. Not no more. All right, so I think I cleaned all of these up and have all of these ready to start printing. So I just wanted to show you all that because I have to get this done for an order. And this is not my artwork. I want to be clear. It's beautiful work. It's not my artwork. But I do want to show you what happens when you send me stuff, either that you did or even somebody else did. I'm not judging y'all. I know we're all out here trying to get to the next level together. Yep, Ken says it's true. 4X and 5X customers are very, very appreciative. I'm trying to tell you. I was at the flea market one day and I was doing custom shirts on demand. I did custom shirts, socks, and license plates. That's all I would bring out there. And this guy that had a business, he had a lawn business. I designed him a logo on the spot. He paid me full price for that. And then just because I had 5X shirts. And he was like, I want all the 5Xs you have. And I happen to have like 8 5Xs in stock. He bought all 8 5Xs, white t-shirts, just because I had them on hand. So, you know, they know what's up. All right, and maybe we'll have these little, you know, share with Shanon stories, and maybe we could share some of our experience and things that we learned that is hard to put into a template. You know, some of the things that we're learning about business, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead, save that one. That's my 4x5. And look at the size difference in this sheet versus this sheet. This is a 4 by 5 foot sheet, and this is a 3 by 4 foot sheet. So the sheet size is different too. Can you print 13 by 19 sizes up to all over? You mean, can you tile the 13 by 9 sheets and make all overs? If that's the question you're asking, yes, I have a whole playlist for that. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show you my YouTube there. And if you go to search, no, go to my playlist. Hold on a second, y'all might see some other stuff. Nah, ain't nothing crazy on there. Just I don't want y'all see my personal views could be a little ratchet sometimes. All right, so let me show you this playlist. It's a playlist called, where is it? Here, let me take you to my professional YouTube, which is just youtube.com. youtube.com/innate lab. So this is how y'all would get to it. And then you would go to be able to go to the playlist. Well, it's showing y'all all my little playlists. It didn't take it to here as a customer. There is a playlist for, doesn't show it. This is interesting. Let me see if I can find it for you. I did an all over playlist for you all. See, if I find it, I'm going to link it down here in the description. Because I get so many requests for this all over that I created a playlist. It's about 5 videos where I show you how to do all overs with Affinity, Photoshop, you name it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it and put it in the description, because I guess because I'm logged into my YouTube right now, it's just showing my little business, showing y'all my little forex trading playlist and my cut and sew playlist. I'm interested in learning cut and sew. Let's see. So since I can't find it, y'all, somebody look for it on your end that's not a customer, or I can do an incognito window. Let me incognito y'all, see what happens. YouTube N8 Lab. Now let me see if it lets me view it as a customer. All right, so playlist. There it goes. Right here. So how to all over press. I see it's got some of my little stuff is public videos. Got my little Crush Mario on there. But anyways, I go to how to all over press. And this one, I don't like to listen to. Look at Photoshop trying to advertise. Now I get to see what the ads look like. I never get to watch ads because I have a version of YouTube that doesn't have ads. But look at Photoshop trying to advertise on my channel. Photoshop, y'all better thank you. All right, well.
And this is a part that they can check out too.
Y'all don't be skipping ads like I just did. Y'all watch them little ads so your girl can get a couple checks. All right, so this is the playlist here. It shows you how to break it down on the computer first to a 13 by 19. That's going to be most important, how you break it down on the computer. And I have it for Photoshop and Affinity. Then I have a video showing y'all how to paste it up. Well, my back bot went out on me because I pasted it up with 13 by 19 sheets, and I pasted it up with the roll media. So I did roll media. You can get away with 3 13 by 36 sheets and do up to an extra large, maybe even a 2X with that. And then I show you how to press it, but I show you how to press it in this video, and I show you how to be real prissy about pressing it, which is putting the paper inside and all that good stuff the proper way on the last video, and doing a 16 by 20 press. So both of these are with 16 by 20 press. So I definitely put some media out there. This one is pressing the 13 by 19 tile sheets, and this is one where I show you just how to press the full sheets. Okay, and you don't have to use the butcher paper inside the shirt. I am noticing with the sub-levis that you may have to. Okay, so that's it. That's our little playlist. Took me forever to find it. Sorry, loves, but we got there. I'm glad you found that simple. I could not find any videos because I was trying to find videos that I didn't want to have to show y'all the 13 by 19 because Lord knows it takes a lot for me to actually make a video where I have to physically get stuff together. I'm a digital person. So I was like, I don't want to have to make this video, but I think it helped a lot of people out. 13 by 300 roll of paper. I would do Coastal Business Supplies, has one, Image Right. Image Right, 13 by, I don't know if it's 300 though. I think it's like 100. But you can find some 300 if you want, but it really doesn't matter how long it is. You're going to cut each sheet anyway. You don't just put it in your system like that. You have to cut each sheet to 13 by 36. All right, so Sharon, to answer your question about taking it all over and making it to the 18 by 26, it's just like this, just like this. Most of my all over prints are going to have this mask on it. So if I disable the mask, it's an all over shirt, right? If I enable the mask, boom, it's a crop design. I can show you right now how to turn this into an 18 by 26. Now I will tell you this, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the sizes that I suggest for each size shirt, because I've been finding that if you try to press an 18 by 26 on these sub-levi shirts, the seams are so thick compared to how thin the material is, and it does cause uneven pressure, which you have to use foam. And if you're not using foam, you're just using the hardboard with no foam on top, it does kind of set you up for failure. So at some point in time, I planned on doing it this weekend. I wanted to record a video to show you what happens when you print 18 by 26 on the smalls, mediums, and even the largest, where those seams for the arms get in the way. So hopefully I can go ahead and put that out. Now, Janie, I love Subtlety too for the 13 by 19 and some of the jumbo prints, but it's been giving me hell for all over prints. And I'm going to show y'all some of my solutions to that as well. But they're good. They're nice, like kind of lightweight shirts. They are a little bit see-through, but by the time you put your sublimation prints on there, we're not worried about all that. Okay. All right, so Sharon, yeah, if you want to do the 18 by 26, you will literally come up here to your cropping tool, turn your ratio, instead of 13 by 19, do 18 by 26. And it's about the same type of ratio. And then all you'll do is bring it in. Make sure you have a little space on the edge there. So none of your print's going to get just abruptly cut off there. And I'm going to hit enter. Make sure delete crop pixels is off. I hit enter. And then I will go to image size. Now, of course, if you had your all over, you want to do save as before you do any of this. But you see how right now it's taking it down to like 18 by 25? That's pretty much it. And if it was a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, whatever it is, you tell it 18. And it's going to be 18 by 26. Just like that. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all when I put these masks on here. Typically, this kind of gives you a very good indication of what an 18 by 36, or not 18 by 36, I'm sorry, 18 by 26 looks like on a typical t-shirt. It looks about this size, very substantial. By the time a person's wearing that shirt, you don't even see the size of the shirt. It's wrapping around the person, and it's just a real bold, big old print. And you only have to do 2 presses. 1 press to the top with your 16 by 20 press, and 1 press to the bottom with that same 16 by 20 press. Make sure you have a good amount of overlap on that press, and with 2 presses, you have an all over-ish looking shirt. All right, so cool. Any other questions? I think what I'm going to do is I've done this. I'm going to go ahead and save what I'm working on, get out of my crop mode, save what I'm working on, and then I'll come back and do this elegant marble design. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Y'all trying to hang out tonight or what? Anybody will show up if I do one starting at 11:30, if I do a live of the marble. If y'all will show up, then I'll stay up. If you show up, I'll stay up. All right, let me go ahead and save this one. And that's client. $4X, $5X. I'll figure out the quantity in a little bit. But woo. All right, I got a couple of me's with the extra E's. So let's do it then. And that way we can go ahead and knock out one more of those templates. So if I stay up super late, past that time, I can go ahead and load up my templates online for y'all. Since I'm extending it for a day and all, y'all will be able to get some rest and not stress over the new templates. They'll be on there. And I'll make an announcement in the group too that I'm going to extend it out for a day. Okay. All right. So let's see. It's 11:12 now. So give me a few minutes to save this and take a little break. And I'll be back at 11:30. So I'll go ahead and post that I'm going to be on live at 11:30. I'll post that in the group. I know some of y'all are West Coast, so it ain't nothing for y'all to stay up right about now. So let me go ahead and make that post and announcement, and I'll see y'all in a few. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your feedback and your questions because they help me figure out how to help you. All right, loves, I will see you in just a bit. And just for now, bye.